Oh, Kurt, you're killing me, buddy.
In just a minute, I think Jeremiah's in the porta potty, so we'll give him a second. Hey, man. Fuck.
I just wanted her to put me in ahead of him, like.
Hey folks, so we're talking about the El Chupacabra Grondo gravel bike race that starts at the Burr Oak Brewery in Columbia, Missouri. It's roughly 63 miles of the flattest gravel you'll see around the area. This race is as grassroots as you'll get. No chip timing, just a spray painted line marking the finish. So all the local heavy hitters show up, guys like Josh Johnson, Aaron Betts, who's been on a tear lately, Jonathan Langworthy, Lawrence freaking Simonson, Terry Bax, who's a beast on the bike, Molly Vetter, Dreyer, plus a lot of fast guys from St. Louis and Kansas City. I'm just looking around realizing that a top 20 finish is probably not even possible. The first 2.5 miles of the race is a neutral start following a pace car, but as soon as we made the right-hand turn on Dozier Road, it was full on gas. I mean, they're flying down this road. Now my plan up to this point was just to go for a bike ride. I've been suffering from a cold all week, and I didn't know how I was going to feel, so I had no goals for this race. I just wanted to go for a bike ride. That thought process was out the window as I'm trying to catch the lead group here, but they're just getting away from me. Now, I'm feeling pretty good on the bike, actually, for being sick all week, so no excuses. They're just a lot faster than I am. So in front of me here is Emily Dressner and Annette Triplett. All day long, we're going to play Slinky. But here I'm trying to get around them to get a pull up back to the lead group. Now everybody's trying to make it to the front, but the heavy hitters are lighting it up. I managed to get to the tail end of the lead group, but once we hit the pavement again on this little tiny climb, they're getting away from me, and that was my last attempt to make it up to the lead group. There's Annette and Emily again making the pass. I decided to latch on them because they're looking pretty strong. I'm hoping that maybe we can catch some riders just ahead of us. So now we're heading north on Glendale Road, getting pretty good tailwind at this point. We're flying. So I'm thinking I'm just going to stay with them. They're riding pretty strong, but then they're gone. And I find myself like a bit lonely fish in the open sea. But now I'm in no man's land. I'm all by myself. I can see one rider way in front of me. There's nobody behind me. So to remind you, I wasn't feeling well this week, so my expectation of this race was a 0. But I'm actually feeling really good. Like, no excuses. I'm riding as hard as I can, and I don't think I could road any better. So at this point, I'm just expecting my body to explode, like shrapnel everywhere. But the climbs weren't very long. I mean, you did have to have some power. Obviously, I didn't to keep up with the lead group. And then I see Galen Johnson stopped with another rider fixing his tire. They ended up catching me down the road. Galen says hop on, so I hop on, and now we got a really good pace going. We catch up to, guess who? Annette and Emily again. We're riding together, we're getting great pull from Galen, and life is great again. So we got a good pace going. Now everyone here is a legit hitter. That's Lawrence Simonson there with the flat. So I'm feeling pretty good. My endurance is there, but I can tell I just had no power. As you can see here, I'm making this turn. The group kind of gets away from me again. We're here getting blasted with nothing but headwind, and that you can see me starting to lose ground. Now some of the turns on this course were just a little sketchy, just depending on what tire size you were using. Pretty loose on top. Again, I catch the group on the straightaway here. Started to pedal a little faster because there was dogs chasing us on to the right there. Luckily, a ditch prevented them from entering the road. So the rider that Galen was riding with ended up being in another flat, so they both stopped. So we lost our awesome pull from Galen, which was much appreciated from all of us. That's Lawrence again, passing us after the halfway point. Not sure what happened to the video there. I think I must have hit time lapse by accident. So Emily, Annette, and I bypass the aid station and we catch up to this group of riders, which includes Rob Bench. On the far left, you can see Jonathan Langworthy's bike. He's fixing what he said was his second flat. So somewhere around here, I noticed that my GoPro froze up. So I stopped to fix it. Did the old-fashioned take the battery out and put it back in. But I lost the group of riders I was riding with. I did catch the remains of the group: Rob Bench, Emily Lesner, and Annette. I got tired of being a douche all day for sucking wheel, so I decided to take the pull. But it wasn't too far down the road. When I turned around, I realized there was nobody back behind me. So now we're on Audrain Road, heading west, and we're just getting blasted with headwind. Turn the camera around so you can see my face. So back from his flat, Jonathan Langworthy passes me like there's no headwind at all. Then there he is on the side of the road taking a pee. Catches me again. And he's like, "Hey, bud, why don't you hop on?" So I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then he's trying to tell me to get on his right-hand side to block the wind. I can't hear what the hell he's saying. There's so much wind noise going on. So I stay on his left side. It's really hard being stupid sometimes.
After all, his brain is the size of a walnut.
So I take a look back and I can see Annette, Ron, and Emily creeping up on me again. And all I can think is I'm just hoping that they catch me and we can ride together, which they do. So they end up catching me. I get the invite to hop on. And at this point, we got about 18 miles to go. So this time I'm gonna make sure I stay with this party. So the four of us exchange pulls. We're riding really good together. We leave the gravel forever, back on the pavement. We help out a cyclist with another flat tire. I exchanged a CO2 cartridge for a beer, which I got later. With nobody in sight in front of us or behind us, we just casually rode to the finish together in a great teammate fashion. Well, this race was so much fun. I had a great time. I can't thank the people who brought on the race enough. They did an awesome job. Despite all the headwind for the second half of the race, I think everybody had a good time. I know I'm not a great racer. That's not what this channel is about. But occasionally, I like to do well in races. And no, my results I don't think were that great, but I felt really good on the bike, and that's that counts. I had a good time. I rode with great people, and that's what it's all about. I think about 100 people started this race, and I believe I got around 30th place or something like that. Let me put this race on your calendar for next year. Thanks to the folks at Chupacabra for putting the race on, and thanks for watching.